disconnected. N7KC.
Good evening. This is Ron, KD7QKU, with the Western Washington Amateur Television Net. Do we have any check-ins this evening?
Hey Ron, it's Bob, K9PQ. Good evening.
Oh, hi Bob. I had a call from Dave saying that he wasn't going to be here tonight, and then I talked to Gary and he said he wasn't going to be here tonight, so I don't know if we might have a small net and we might have a short net up. K9PQ, KD7QKU.
Well, that would suit me okay. I just had my first day of work today, and I'm going to be going to bed kind of early tonight. Do you have Lee on tonight?
Affirmative, yes, we do.
Okay, I'm getting my video streaming set up. I'll get that going, and I've got to get the YouTube going as well, so I can see you. Just one moment.
N7QO.
Hi, Jim. N7QO. Okay. Anyone else?
WB7BHM.
Dave and Jim down in Rochester. Anyone else?
Kilo India 7 Lima India Foxtrot. Everett James.
Hi, James. James in North Everett, I guess it is. At least I put North Everett here. I have you on my little note, I guess. So anyway, all right, let me write you down. Okay, well, let's see. We have Lee on 7KC with us tonight. So Bob was going to take a minute to get set up. So why don't we start off with Jim, N7QO.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. I'm transmitting a picture now. Not sure if anything is coming through. Oh, wait a minute. That might help too. What I did is I disconnected the transmitter that was up there, and I put my old exciter in its place. Did not have a chance to test it, but it looks to me like I'm not getting anything out. Oh well. I did find something which may be a problem, maybe a cable. Didn't have time to troubleshoot that, but we'll see what happens here. Anyway, good evening to everyone. Back to you, Ron, N7QO.
N7QO, KD7QKO. same, I won't call it. I can see you, Jim. You're in there. You're snowy, but I can see you in there. You look like Hitchcock, you know. But you're in there, so you are transmitting.
Okay, well that's interesting. I can see myself now. Well, not over the repeater, only over the stream. Still don't have a 1.2 antenna up here at the house as a result of the roof. But it's interesting. This picture is not significantly worse than when I was using the amplifier. I need to do some work here, but honestly, I have not been in a position to do so. I haven't been able to work for about a year and a half here. I'm on the mend, but I have not been well. So anyway, at least I'm getting something out. KD7QKU and 7QO.
Yeah, for sure, Jim. Yeah, it's almost better than it was the last time you attempted to transmit. I think it seems like the longer you transmit, the better the picture was made. So let's see. Let's go down to Jim in Rochester. WB7BHN. Go ahead.
This is WB7BHN. Well, I'm trying to get the streaming set up, but it's I finally got a picture. Things do a lot of buffering, and I got audio on it. I got the audio turned up, so I'll have to turn that down. But I'm not getting a very good picture, but I'm getting a picture anyway, so that's something, I guess. And I guess tomorrow I got the guys coming to work on my septic system and refurbish my drain field. So I'm going to turn it back to you real quick and turn the volume down on the streaming so I don't have to listen to it in the background. WB7BHN.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim. Let's go over to James up in Everett, KI7LIS. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, as you guys can probably tell, I'm kind of stressing out. The reason why is because I just found out last Wednesday that a good friend of mine had committed suicide, hung himself. Basically, he took his belt from his pants, wrapped it around the rafters of his place, and then wrapped the other end around his neck, and committed suicide that way. So I don't know if you guys can tell by the tone of my voice or not, but there you go. Yeah, 7 LIS, back to net control.
Okay, James. Well, gee, I'm really sorry to hear that. We had a guy living with us one time. I kind of met him at work. He'd gotten a divorce. He was having a difficult time. So we kind of befriended him, and I told him he could come and stay with us for a while until he decided what he was going to do. And he almost committed suicide. He left an envelope here with all these money and stuff in it, and he'd taken my shotgun, and I guess he was going to go out and shoot himself. And then he changed his mind and decided not to do it. So he came back and asked for his money back and asked for his shotgun. But it was kind of short-lived because it wasn't too many months after that. He moved out, got a place of his own or whatever, and it wasn't too many months after that that he'd taken the hose off the exhaust pipe and stuck it in his van and laid down in the back and never woke up again. So, yeah, I know how that goes. It's kind of rough. So, sorry to hear that, James. So let's see. I don't know if Bob, K9PQ, if he's ready or... Well, let's see. Let's go over to Lee. I forgot about Lee. I got Lee on here. There he is. N7KC. Go ahead.
Okay, this is N7KC. I'm Lee. I'm over in Port Angeles on the west end of town. You can't go much further and still be in Port Angeles. Well, good evening to Rochester, Jim. Jim, you're sounding a lot perkier tonight, I think, after your episode, so good on you. And let's see, Rochester Jim, or not Rochester, N7QO. Covington Jim, I think. We got James, Jim, and Jim. That's got to differentiate. And good evening to you, Jim. Good to hear you on. By the way, I could, you get the same or better picture with your exciter than you do the amplifier. So seems to me that amplifier is not doing a whole lot for you. So maybe that's where the issue is. Everett James, good evening to you. Sorry about your friend. Things happen, that's, who knows why. And good evening to you, Bob, up there in the Mill Creek area. Well, no, I guess Brower area is a fair thing to say. Anyway, I don't have anything queued up here in terms of video or anything like that, so the first round here, I'm just going to listen and so forth. So, anyway, I'm going to send it back to, I have a stopwatch going, by the way. And I can't hear the beep, when the repeater timer resets itself, so I kind of wait a little bit and start. So there you go. Anyway, this is N7KC, Lee over in Port Angeles, and back to 87QKQ, net control. Go ahead, Ron.
There was a double.
K9PQ, Bob, go ahead.
Okay, Ron. Apparently, I think maybe Lee was still transmitting when you transmitted. We didn't hear anything. Okay, let me get switched over here. Just one moment. Okay, do you see me, Ron?
Yes, I do. You look good.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, my YouTube streaming is very highly delayed tonight, so I'm not sure what's going on. I think similar to Rochester, Jim, it's been buffering and just seeming to have trouble. But yeah, so today was a big day. First day of my new job. It's been almost 8 years since I started my last job, so big change, and it just feels great. It's nice to be back in the office, but more than that, just all the people in the group and the general attitude. The best thing I can say probably is it feels like a normal job after 8 years of all the on-call work and just never quite feeling like I was done or could keep up. This just is, I think, going to be a whole lot better. So off to a good start here. And James, I'm very sorry to hear about your loss. I haven't had anyone close to me do that, but I've known a few, and it's tough. Jim Che, nice to hear you're on the mend. That's got to be just really frustrating. But I hope you're back in the saddle here soon. Let me break. And finally, Rochester Jim, good to hear you on tonight as well. And of course, Ron, thanks for doing the net tonight. Appreciate it. And hello to Lee. So with that, I'll send it on back to you, Ron. K9PQ.
KI6HHU link disconnected.
Never heard that before. Yet that is a link disconnected. Maybe someone else was on with us. I don't know. Okay, this is KD72KU Ron with Western Washington Amateur Television. That's tonight. James WU7N, are you with us tonight? Guess we don't have any James. Okay, let's go over to Jim, S7QO.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Well, my streaming is not working real well. Still having some problems here. At least I got to see some pictures. James, very sorry about your friend. That's very tragic. What a shame. I don't know. You never know if you could have said or done anything. I have a couple of friends who actually, to whom that happened, and there didn't seem to be any indication that they were going to do that. Don't know exactly what to make of that. But I don't know, we'll say a couple prayers for you, and hope you just keep them in your memories. I guess that's about all we can do. Bob, congratulations on the job. Guess you're going to be busy for the next few months. It always takes a while to figure out the new job and what you have to do. Lee, good to hear from you. Rochester, Jim. And back to you, Ron, N7QO.
Okay, N7QO, KD72KU. Yeah, I can see you in there, Jim. Well, I was going to comment on a couple of things, I guess, and I forgot. Rochester Jim on his drain field. I hope that he's got someone that's relatively inexpensive, because sometimes they have to bring in equipment and stuff. That gets kind of to be expensive. And then I was going to ask Bob. Bob was a little concerned about his commute, and I was going to ask him about that. Now I'm getting a phone call, so let's see. Jim in Rochester, go ahead.
Jim, Rochester Jim, are you there? This is Bob, K9PQ.
Yeah, I grabbed up the wrong mic. WB7BHN. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 4 mics sitting here in front of me, and I happened to grab the wrong one, so it didn't work very well. Yeah, the guys are coming to fix the drain field and pump the septic system tomorrow, or they're charging more to do that than I paid to put the whole system in when I had it put in 26 years ago. So it's gone up in price considerably, and I hope it works. I don't know that it's going to work all that well, but we'll wait and see, I guess, and try to find out if it works okay. My brother had that done to his septic system and the drain field, and then he had it rotor-rooted and refurbished, and that was about 10 years ago, and it's still working fine, so I hope I have as good a luck as he did with it. And if it doesn't work, I'll find out where the little J boxes they put down there, they run the pipe in, I'll find out exactly where they're at, and I'll just dig 2 more trenches and put the reserve drain field in for it. And yeah, I'm going to let this thing drop for a second. It beeped at me, so I guess it's okay. Yeah, Bob, the reason I wasn't here last week, or Saturday, I guess, was that took the wife out for her birthday dinner. Her birthday was on Wednesday, but we didn't go out till Friday. And I got back about 8:30 or so, but I figured by the time I got through running around and got in the house there and everything, it'd be almost the end of the net anyway, so I didn't bother to come in and check into it when it was that late. So that's what happened to me last Saturday anyway. And I am feeling a whole lot better. I got rid of that stent, and that took care of all the pain, and took a couple of days for the blood to clear up in my urine. But I've been fine since then. I got a little more ambition today and went out and cleaned the terminals on the battery of my Jeep and put the battery charger on it. It wouldn't start. It had been sitting in the garage for a couple, 2 or 3 weeks and refused to start. So I had to charge the battery back up, and the terminals need to be cleaned. So I got that all done and took the pickup truck down and had the oil changed in it. So that's about all the ambition I've had since I got my stent out, but getting back to normal. So we'll turn it back to net, WB7BHN.
WB7BHN, KD72KU. Well, good enough, Jim. Sounds like you're feeling pretty good. So, let's go up to James, KI7LIF. Go ahead, James.
Well, yeah, thanks guys. Anyway, there was nothing that I could have done. He was dealing with his mom and his brother's death, so there was no way I could have done anything to prevent him from doing it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and clear on out of here and just check myself out and go to bed and try to process the tragedy. So, anyway, with that said, N7QOKI7LIS, clear.
Okay, James. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We're all sorry to hear that you lost a friend. But anyway, I hope someone else will fill the void. You'll have to find a new friend. It's hard to do sometimes. But you can't have too many of them, that's for sure. So let's see, who's on our list? I guess it's down to me, I guess. Oh, okay. So let me see. I turned the transmitter back on. I guess it's a good thing I made a list. I would forget who's here. I did make a little list. So I went out and worked in the yard a little bit today. My goodness, I haven't done anything all winter except sit in the recliner and watch TV and sleep, I think. So I went out for a couple hours, crawling around on my hands. I put my rain pants on because everything's all wet. And I was getting the leaves up underneath all the bushes and everything. Joanne was out working in the yard too. She always works longer and harder than I do. So anyway, we gathered up a lot of leaves that had blown in and got them in the yard waste container. It's full. And I finally started getting some cramps in my legs, and I had to quit. Couldn't hardly stand up. Would have to hang on this 5-gallon bucket and stand up. So anyway, but the yard looks a lot better. Get rid of that stuff. So I had mowed it a couple weeks ago for the first time. So anyway, it's growing. You can see it starting to grow. So, all right, let's see. Let's go over to Lee, N7KC.
Okay, this is N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. I was trying to see if I could get some photos up here. Oh yeah, okay. I think maybe I can do that. Let's see if I can pull this off. I believe I can transmit photos but I can't seem to do videos. Did I get that, Ron? Okay, well, this is an orchid. This is a phalaenopsis that's on our kitchen windowsill, and I just got some photos of it here. They're quite, and there's looking out our sunroom out to the cul-de-sac and so forth, where we live in Port Angeles. Looks like it's been raining that day. These are just pictures that were on the phone. And so I thought I would just show a handful of them here. Paul has got we have a lot of deer around and so forth right by our place. They sit and look in our sunroom. Roses, that sort of thing. Okay, well, I think I can probably do these okay. I'm going to stop sharing now and look at my watch. I see it's probably just about 2 minutes. I think it's time to give up and go back to net. So N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles, back to Ron.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lee. Those pictures are beautiful. Really pretty. And you can see some blue sky. Good to see blue sky. We need some of that. Let's go up to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, let me get her switched over. Okay, and let me get it on me so you're not just looking at a test pattern. Okay. That was some nice looking orchids there, Lee, and for some reason it looked like I had almost no delay on the signal seeing you, and actually right now the delay seems to be gone. I dropped the video down to 240 rather than 480, and I think that has helped. I haven't had to do that in a long time. Well, let's see. Jim in Rochester talking about the battery on your Jeep, you reminded me that I never winterized my trailer this year, and we never really got a hard freeze, so I never really felt like I had to, but unfortunately a side effect of that is I never removed the battery and put it on the charger like I usually do over the winter, and I have a bad feeling I'm going to have a dead battery. Just another reason to switch over to lithium-ion, which is the plan. But I think I'm going to have to go back and look at what I had planned before to do that. When I bought this portable unit, I thought it might do the job, but it's just I can't quite source enough current to get the job done. So I'm going to basically replace the battery and the charging circuit that's there now with lithium-ion. I looked into it earlier. There's a place in California that does it as a service, and they also were willing to sell me parts and give me some detailed instructions on how to do it, for me to do it myself or possibly hire someone locally to do it. I think it's time I go back and take another look at that and see about that, because I sure hate dealing with this battery condition. I've already replaced the battery twice, and this would make the third time. Okay, that's good for now. Back to net control. Ron, thanks for doing the net again, and send it back to you, K9PQ.
Before you go, Bob, how about your commute? How was your commute to Redmond?
Oh, right, I forgot. Okay, so yeah, today was my commute home, I can tell you, because that was my normal commute. And it was good. I left early enough. I'll be able to start early and leave early, so I left early enough that it really wasn't bad. But the drive in, they wanted me to drive to, so I'm contracting. My contracting company wanted me to drive to their office, and then they took me out to the customer. So I didn't get to AT&T till 11:30 in the morning, and I went at 9:30 in the morning was when I arrived in Overlake, and I was kind of behind most of the traffic at that point. So I'll have a much better idea tomorrow. I'll be able to go in early. I'm going to work 7 to 4, and so I'm going to be able to go in early and hopefully be ahead of the traffic. That was what my friend recommended, and certainly leaving at 4 worked out well for me today. It was slow, but it was what I expected, and I stayed off 405. I always find it, even if it might be a couple minutes faster, I just find it very frustrating, all the stop-and-go traffic on the freeway. Okay, back to you, Ron, K9PQ.
Okay, Bob, you'll have to shut off your transmission. There you go. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Where are we at? We're down to Jim, N7QO, KD7QKU. Go ahead, Jim.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Thank you for the pictures, Lee. That was really, really beautiful. Getting some good pictures whenever the stream lets me see them here. Yeah, Everett James, if you're still there, yeah. Once upon a time, someone told me that everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. And some people just desperately want to go to a better place. And if they try to do that, there's nothing that anyone can do to stop that. Maybe find comfort in the thought that he is in a better place. Anyway, God bless and good night, James. Rochester, Jim, good to hear that you're feeling a bit better. I certainly felt a whole lot better once they removed the stents when I had kidney stones as well. Good luck with the septic system reset. Working on a septic system can certainly be a major headache and a big problem, big source of stress for everyone. So best of luck to you on that. Bob, good luck with the job. And Ron, back to you for now, N7QO.
Okay, thank you, Jim. This is KD7QKU with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Does anyone else want to join us? Well, I was hoping James, WW7N, would join us. I'm hoping that he'll get his picture so he can transmit again. He used to transmitted a beautiful picture. All right, let's go down to Rochester and talk to Jim, WB7BHN. Go ahead.
This is WB7BHN. Yeah, it's unfortunately the new vehicles we've got. They're always drawing a little bit of current, so if I don't go out and start them up, about once a week or something, they'll sometimes go a couple weeks before the battery goes low on them, but they don't. Used to be you turn the car off and 6 months later you could go turn it on and the battery still be charged up. But it doesn't work that way anymore. They got too much stuff in it that they leave on all the time. I guess they must have to keep the computers running or something. I don't know what it is that draws a little bit of current, but they don't last anywhere near as long as they used to. And both my pickup and my Jeep have problems that'll leave them sitting too long, and then I have a problem remembering to turn the radio off too. Once in a while I don't turn the radio off, and in a couple of days that runs the battery down and not transmitting, but the thing's receiving. It still draws quite a bit of money, current, and I'll let this thing reset. But I guess that's all right. It keeps me on my toes. It's real interesting, the battery charger I got out there on it. If I'm on the HF rig and I transmit, it causes the battery charger to start creating a lot of noise. Noise level will go up to about S70 or no matter which band I'm on. And it can be S2, S3 and not hardly any noise at all. But as soon as I transmit, if I have one of the battery chargers plugged in, the one on my travel trailer that I sold in my boat were the same way, the darn things would start making a bunch of noise in all my radio gear, so I'd have to go out and unplug it to work the HF bands. The nice thing is on VHF and FM, it doesn't bother anything, but the darn HF bands was a little different and made a bunch of noise, and I don't know just what it was. As soon as I transmit, the thing would start generating all that noise, and never did figure out what it was. But anyway, I'll turn it back to net, WB7BHN.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim. Yeah, I have a old 94 Ford pickup, and I have a motorhome, and on both of them I put battery disconnect, a knife switch, so that I can disconnect the battery, and I have flow chargers I put on, because I set all winter, and it reminds me I need to go out and start them both up, I guess. I have to take care of that stuff. You don't fall apart. Let vehicles sit around and not using them is really, really hard on. All right, let's go to Lee. N7KC, excuse me.
Okay, N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Well, let's see, trying to decide here just how I can do this. I was looking for more photos, something to share here. And I'll try this. I did a to run some machine tools I have, which I don't have running yet. But while I had an open ditch, I added a utility conduit, an 1.5-inch utility conduit. And this is just about precisely in the middle where I wanted to bring the straight-through run, as you can see, where I got my mouse going there. I think you can see that, or the mouse pointer. And then I've got a break-off, 90-degree break-off that comes up to the house, and then I got one that comes back from the house. So in principle, I should be able to use a vacuum cleaner and pull a pull line up this way, and also come this way, or this way, and so forth, and straight through, so that I can service the center of the house as well as both ends with a utility conduit for cable TV, internet out to the garage, maybe a radio coax or two from here and there, and just general utility, low voltage stuff. And then up here is a copper. I put in 100 feet of half-inch copper pipe underground, and it's my radio ground, so it's 18 inches down in the trench as well. So I've got 3 places I can attach to that copper line that goes down. Doesn't attach to anything yet, so it's available. Whoops, I better check. Whoops, gotta quit here. So this is N7KC over in Port Angeles, and I'm going to send it back to Ron, 87QKU. Go ahead, Ron.
right. Well, I guess he's not going to continue. I had the volume turned down. I couldn't hear what he said. But anyway, let's go back up to the top to K9PQ. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, well, let me get switched over here. Just one moment. There we go. Well, I'm kind of running out of steam, I got to tell you. It's been an exciting few days with closing up everything at the old job and starting the new one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and say my 73s and hit the sack a bit early. But good to hear everyone tonight. Jim, I wasn't able to make you out real well on the YouTube, but I think that's got as much to do with YouTube as your signal, because I'm not getting anything very well, not as well as usual on YouTube tonight. So good night, everyone, and we will. Saturday I will be busy. I've got something going on this Saturday night, but I'll look forward to the next Wednesday. All right, have a good night all. K9PQ. Back to net.
Thank you very much, Bob. We can make this our... Excuse me, Chris. A frog in my throat, I guess. We can make this our 73 round. I'm running out of things to say, too. So if we want to do that, that's fine with me. So on over to Jim, N7QO.
Okay, N7QO. Well, one thing I do have is I am going to be meeting on Saturday with Chandler's wife. I'll see what I will attempt to see if I can find that filter, and also Rob gave me a list of several things for which to search. I'll see that. I know that things are still a little bit rough, but anyway, I haven't forgotten about you, haven't forgotten about the club, and I'll be in touch on all of that. Thanks everyone for the pictures, thanks for participating. Catch you all next time, N7QO.
Okay, Jim, N7QO. Thank you very much. Thank you for meeting with Chandler's wife. And you can't miss Lee's builder. It's beautiful and it's big. And it's, I guess it's aluminum. Or is it stainless steel? It's aluminum. Lee's nodding up and down. Yeah, so it's it's well made. So it'll look like brand new when you see it. So, all right. So let's go over to Rochester, Jim. WB7BHM.
This WB7BHM. Well, we just about got another night finished up here. The time sure goes quick, but that's good. I want to get in bed fairly early so I can get up and watch what them guys are doing out there with the septic system tomorrow, and see if I can get by without putting more drain field on it. I guess I only have 90 feet of drain field on it anyway. We're in kind of a great big gravel pile here, so they didn't require me to put much drain field in it. When the ground perked, they told me 90 feet was all I needed, so that's what I put in, and it lasted a whole 26 years. But I think the big problem with it is fir trees that I planted along the edge of the property got big enough that the roots have gone clean out there to where the drain field is at, and it's probably, the first one is probably 15, 20 feet away, and then the next one's probably about 30 feet away. but when I dug the hole out the other side of the foundation and let this thing drop for a little bit, I dug a hole out there where I was going to build a fish pond, and I was about 40 feet away from the trees, and the roots had gone out that far into that hole I dug out there, so they travel quite a ways. It gets pretty dry here in the summer, and the trees will do about anything to get some water. If they go straight down about 20, 30 feet, they'll hit the water table, so you'd think that the trees would do that, but these limbs all seem to have grown out sideways as well as straight down to get to the water. I suppose it was in the drain field. They'd even grow over there a little faster than usual. So with that, we'll say 73s to everybody, and probably try to be here again Saturday. I don't know for sure if I will, but we'll try anyway and see everybody again Saturday. WB7BHN.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Jim. I'm glad you're feeling better, and good luck on your drain field. So let's go over to Lee, M7KC.
Okay, N7KC, Lee here in Port Angeles. Well, very good. I've probably got feedback here. Let me kill this. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, anyway, Jim, N7QO, thank you so much for getting a hold of Diane, and good luck on that trip. And, yeah, well, we all really miss that guy. That was a terrible loss to the group. And so thank you for looking into that. Bob, congratulations. I didn't mention on your new job. That's going to be an adventure, especially that drive. So anyway, okay, hang in there. Well, that's it from Port Angeles. This is N7KC. It's been a fun net. We'll see you guys probably Saturday, I guess. So good night, N7KC.
Okay, well, thank you, Lee. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining in the net. It wouldn't be a net if you didn't join in, that's for sure. And I always look forward to hearing from you. So this is KD7QKU for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net, saying good night, signing off at 73. Bye-bye.
N7KC disconnected.